When God is silent, the silence doesn't come as rest. It feels heavy. It tightens your chest. It creates that uncomfortable feeling of doing everything right and still seeing nothing move. You pray, you work, you persist, you keep obeying, but the sky seems closed. No sign, no confirmation, no clear answer. And the question starts echoing inside you. If God is with me, why is nothing happening? But let me tell you something almost no one says clearly. God's silence is not absence. It's observation. It's in this place without applause, without visible signs, and without external movement that God watches how you behave when all that's left is trust. Because there is a kind of faith that only appears when there is no splendor, no immediate reward, and no reaction from the material world. Doing the extraordinary in the ordinary while God is silent is not a waste. It's proof of absolute trust. Joseph understood this. He received huge dreams, clear promises, visions pointing to an extraordinary future. And right after that, silence. No new word, no explanation, just ordinary work, repetitive days, and tasks that didn't seem connected to the promise. In Genesis 39:4, it says that Joseph found favor in Potiphar's eyes and served him. He didn't just serve, he served with excellence, even when nothing suggested his life was moving forward. Later, in Genesis 39-22, it says that the warden put Joseph in charge of all the prisoners. Favor began to move, not when the promise appeared, but when excellence became consistent in the silence. Joseph didn't do the bare minimum waiting for a sign. He did his best, even without one. Esther lived by the same principle. Before the crown, before recognition, before any external change, there was a long season of invisible preparation. In Esther 2:12, the Bible says each young woman went through 12 months of preparation before being presented to the king. An entire year of discipline, repetition, and obedience. No recorded miracle, no prophetic word, no evidence that something extraordinary was about to happen. But she didn't treat that season as something small. She turned the ordinary into a place of excellence. And then in Esther 2:17, it says that the king loved Esther. Favor didn't fall from heaven suddenly. It was activated by constant faithfulness when no one was watching. Even Jesus lived this. The Son of God spent 30 years in anonymity, 30 years without public miracles, 30 years without recognition. Luke 2:52 says that Jesus grew in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and man. He grew, silently, without a stage, without external validation. The extraordinary came later, but it was sustained by a lifetime of faithfulness in the ordinary. Here is the truth that changes everything. God doesn't recognize only great public acts. He recognizes silent excellence. Heaven moves in favor of those who keep doing their best, even when nothing seems to reward them. Silence is not an invitation to apathy, it's an invitation to maturity. It's when you choose to be faithful without needing confirmation. Saul failed exactly here. In 1 Samuel 13:12, he says, "I forced myself and offered the burnt offering." He didn't want to wait. He didn't want to keep doing the ordinary with trust. He rushed to avoid losing control. And the silence that could have formed character revealed insecurity. Maybe you're living this exact tension right now. Keep doing what's right, with excellence, even without signs, or try to force something just to make things finally move. But let me remind you, it's in the well-done ordinary that God is recognized and the supernatural happens. Joseph served God while cleaning, managing, and obeying. Esther prepared for her purpose while it looked like she was just following routine. Jesus grew for the Father before impacting the world. And you can be sure of this. You are being seen too. Silence does not stop favor. It prepares it. You are not forgotten. You are being observed. Every detail done with excellence, every faithful choice, every ordinary day lived with trust is building something that will sustain the extraordinary when it arrives. Now tell me honestly, in which area of your life are you being called to do your best, even without any sign of reward? Where is God teaching you to trust while everything feels too ordinary? Share this in the comments. Your experience may strengthen someone else walking through silence. If this message spoke to you, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because when God is silent, it's not to stop you. It's to prepare you for something that only excellence in the ordinary can sustain.